Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we are doing more custom cars. Oh my god, that car just flew. I forgot I had that on. I was playing around with the setting. I have the super increased mass thing on, so every time you crash into something, it goes flying or just creates a huge amount of damage. Like that, which is pretty awesome. But that's not what we're going to be playing around with today, because of course I want to be doing some more custom cars that you guys are suggesting, because I want to combine some of them into a little downloadable thing that I'm going to do a video on, where you guys can all play around with these cars inside the menu mod, which will be pretty fun. So let's just go down here. That was amazing. Let's just go down here to this car park and try and build some more of these. But before we do, there's going to be some comments and stuff on the screen from the previous video. If you would like to have your comments and stuff featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. And I'm going to say that I'm taking no more suggestions for cars. If you want to leave a last suggestion, then you can leave it in yesterday's video, but I may have already recorded by then, and then there'd be no point. You'll be wasting your time. So I'm only going to be doing one more video, and I'll be taking suggestions from the previous video's comments. So, let's jump out and let's see what we can make. So the first comment here is from Geek Stuffs. He says, what you could do is put an adder and a Prius and make the adder invisible so it is a really fast Prius, which is actually a really basic thing to do, and I think that is pretty possible. So let's go to the object spawner, spawn objects into world. So I'm going to grab us a, where is it, an adder, and then get the compacts. And where is it? There's the Delante right there. Then I'm going to go and select the Delante and go to... is that how you say it? The Dilettante? Dilettante. I don't know how you say the damn thing. And go to attachment options, attach to adder. And what I should have done first was made the adder invisible. I hadn't thought of that. Let's just go back to the adder now and make that invisible. Okay, that's invisible. Now let's go back to the Delante and make that visible. That was kind of... yeah. So now, if I get rid of the collision and I jump in, what have I done? Delante was removed. Oh, okay. I accidentally hit something there. Let's go to collision, get rid of that, jump in, and I'm going to see where I'm sitting so that I can try and get the Delante sort of, because it's got to go down anyway, sort of looking like it fits with the road. The only problem is the wheels won't move. That's going to be the downside. So let's just knock that down. Let's just get that so it's sitting on the road, I guess, about there, if you consider that it's going to be dropped down because of you sitting in it, and there's going to be some weight on the tires. So about there is looking right, and I guess we are just going to be sitting kind of low, and we can move that so he's matching the steering wheel around there. I guess that there it is. That sort of, it looks really small in there. That looks amazing. But now we have a super fast adder Prius. What does it look like on the inside here? Oh, that kind of, it just looks like some sort of custom car with a really high dash. That works. So there we go. There is our super fast adder Prius. That works. That's pretty simple. So that's one of the great things. You can also just turn any looking car into something else, but just remember that you won't have all the working wheels and stuff. So you could obviously make a Prius helicopter. You could do any of those sorts of things, but a Prius adder? What is this shit? Pretty good idea. I think that works. That's going to be a pass, I think. That one is a pass. Okay, so the next comment is from Bylish, and they ask for the Sentinel and the Banshee, which are two interesting cars. So let's get a vehicle. Super. I'm going to go for the 900R, as they didn't say the 900R, but I feel like this one would work best with the Sentinel. And not many people have asked for normal sedans. I think that's sort of been the one that people have forgotten about. Is it in the coupe? Oh, of course, it's the coupe, isn't it? Right. Let's just go for that one then, and try and combine them. And there we go. Actually, they're kind of... it looks like it might be some sort of wide version. Let's try and get a matching paint color on this one. I'm not sure what color it is. I think it's just going to be a metallic blue. There we go. Yeah, it's just a metallic blue. I think that's the right color. That seems to match. Yeah, that's looking good. And also, we need to do the color of the roof as well. There we go. All matching. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go to the windows, and I'm going to make them all super tinted. There we go. Dark smoke, just so we can try and hide the fact that there is a car underneath there. Right, now let's try and move it all around. Attachment options, Y. I guess let's just move it down first on the Z axis. There we go. Oh, that's an interesting front end. Look at that. Right there, just like that. That's interesting. This is working. I mean, the side looks kind of weird. Okay, the back looks really weird. Maybe we should try the pitch. Let's just move that so that's down. I think if we were to move that down for the back end to sort of work, I think it might ruin us on the front end. Yeah, that's... Oh, dear. That's not worked at all on the front end. If we could just get it... Look at that front end right there. That front end actually looks... That works. I think that works. The side is a bit... but the back is really just... Maybe we need to get the pitch down a little bit more. Okay, now it's kind of back heavy in its stance. It looks like it's really high at the front. That looks really weird. But I guess that could work. Let's just move that down just a little bit more. That kind of works. Can we move it forward a little bit? Maybe backwards, actually. No, actually, no. What's gone wrong here? The headlights are kind of combining. They're very similar headlights. I think that's one of the reasons why it works as well, is those headlights are quite similar. So maybe like that on the front. How's the back looking? Okay, the back looks really weird. Yeah, the back looks really weird at that back bit just there by the window. I guess we should move that up just a little bit more, I guess. Move it up so it just moves. Just go, go, go. And I hope the front's not going to look too bad. I guess the back's a bit weird, but we can live with that. How's the front look? Oh, now it's not looking right. Okay, so I've knocked that up so the front end looks a bit better. But I have a feeling that is... Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a good combination between the front and the back. I think that's probably the best we can manage. So let's get rid of the collision there and drive it about. There we go. So the back's not right, but I think we've got an interesting front going on here. And the sides are kind of interesting as well. So we've got a sort of wide-bodied Sentinel. I'd say there's a pass. It looks a bit weird, but I would say that's a pass because they don't look too bad. I think they look okay. Right, let's move on to the next one. So Mr. Upshift says, please Lex, do the 2 Pantos as a limo, 1 in reverse as a hint. Okay, let's give this one a try. So it's going to be like a James May style limo where he did the Saab. Oh, what was it? The Saab? What was the other car? It was a Saab and... was it 2 Saabs? Oh, I can't remember what it was now. I haven't seen that episode in years. But it was the, I don't know, you guys are probably going to tell me in the comments, the limo that James May had. What were the... Oh, it was an Alfarb, wasn't it? It was an Alfa and a Saab. Okay, I remember now. It was the Alfarb. So we're now going to just make one of those, but using 2 Pantos, which should be pretty fun. So let's go to Panto there, and different colours, which is kind of annoying. Let's just make the grey one red, as we like to have some colour in this thing. There we go. I think... What is that colour? It's not a blaze red. Grace... I think it's Grace red. Okay. There we go. I think they're the same. I guess when we combine them, we'll see exactly if they're the same. Right, let's combine them all up then. So, attach to Panto. There we go. And now, what I'm going to do is change the yaw. Is that moving really slowly? Or can I just not say, hang on, let's just change this up really high. And let's just move this way. And why did that not spin with the yaw? Oh, now we can do it. I guess you just have to... Wow, okay, that's moving really slowly. Okay, I've moved the sensitivity up a little bit more. That's better. Now we just need to get that matching exactly. There we go. Perfect. Now, I guess we can't leave them like that. We're going to have to combine them up. Oh, I guess we're going to have to turn that down. And I'm thinking combine them at the rear wheels. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. That's amazing. Although, we've got to make sure... Okay, the collisions might be a bit awkward. Because if we try to get in... Okay, now we can get in. But if we try to get around the other side... I have a feeling it's going to send us into the wrong one that doesn't drive. Yeah. And that definitely can't drive. It's a shame they can't just both be driven. Actually, why is that? Why can we not? No, I guess that's not going to work. Interesting. Right, let's just jump out of that one then. And get into the proper one now that we've turned the collisions off. There is our limo combined Pantos. Oh my God, that is amazing. So now we can even go in reverse. Are they the same colour? They're slightly different. They're slightly different. But I guess with all the reflections in the dirt and stuff, you don't really notice. Look at that. It's the same. Now, am I going forward or backwards here? Is this reverse? Who knows? It's reverse. Let's just go forward. Oh, God. That is great. I actually really like this one. This one's definitely an approved. I think we're getting somewhere now. We're getting some more interesting ones that actually work. So the next one is from Sergeant Sirius. They say lime green, yellowish Panto, and armchair on the roof equals Mr. Bean shopping for furniture. Now this one sounds great, but this one is going to be interesting because the seating thing can't be adjusted, which means that we can't have us sitting on the sofa or the chair on the roof. But I've got an idea. This could be completely terrible. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's give it a try. So my idea is I'm going to get the Panto and a chair, but I'm going to combine them into a taller car like a monster truck so that we are seated in a higher position, and hopefully this is going to work. So let's just, this is probably going to be our main build, I think. This one's going to be, or should we leave this one to last? Because there's another one. No, sorry, let's just do it now and then we'll have one afterwards. There's this one and one more left. So let's go to removal, remove those. And let's try and find a tall vehicle that we can sit in. So I think anything like the Dubster's going to still be too low, I think, and the Insurgent. So I think we will try with the Marshal, as I think we're going to be high enough there for a chair that will be sitting on top of a Panto. So let's just spawn in our Panto then. Let's go to Compacts and Panto. There we go. And we need to make this lime green and yellowish to try and get the matching. Now, I think there was actually a different colour of the door on the Mr. Bean car. Let me just have a look at a picture here. Okay, so Mr. Bean's Mini is just sort of like a mustardy kind of greeny colour, but it's also got a black bonnet. Now, I guess this isn't the right car if you wanted to make this look like an old classic Mini. I would have thought the Rhapsody would have looked better, actually. So I think that we should go with the Rhapsody to try and fit better with Mr. Bean. I guess we could just ignore that and just have the Panto anyway. Seems this is what Sergeant Sirius has asked for. So let's get rid of these Rhapsodies and we'll try it with the Izzy, or the Panto first. Right, so first of all, let's go to the Marshal and make it invisible. Now, let's get our Panto and attachment options attached to Marshal. There we go. Now what I want to do is I want to also spawn in a seat. So let's just go to our object spooner, spawn entity into, what did I just do there? Whoa, I did, oh, that was spooner mode. I've never used that before. I don't really know why we need that. I don't know how that's going to be any different, but I don't really use that, so I don't know. I haven't learned how to do that one. It's really hard to find information on how to use this thing, actually. So I don't know how that works. So let's go to object. And what I also could have done is I could have tried to find a ped that's sitting down, but I don't know how the pedestrians work and how the animations work either. So let's just try it with us driving the car from the seat on top of the car anyway. So let's just go to object, search, and chair. We need to try and find, look, there's an armchair. I think this is that a chair, an arm of a chair or an armchair? Okay, that's an armchair, but that's not right. We want, no, 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 no. Oh, that's kind of, 23 could work. 24, 25, 23 still looking the best so far. And these ones are just going to be stalls. I think we're going to have to go with 20. Oh, look, here's some armchairs, though. Armchair 1, armchair 2, armchair, what was that armchair for? Armchair 4. What should we go for? There are some good chairs in here. There's so, look at all these chairs. It's an incredible game. Just the amount of chairs alone that have to be modeled, designed, and textured. Oh, here we go. Fabric chair. That's looking like the sort of chair that would be on top of his car. I think this might be the one we're going for. Let's just see what else we got here. I think these are all invalid models from here. So we have either this wicker chair or this fabric chair. I think the fabric chair is going to win. Right, let's just delete all of these then. Remove all objects. Go back. Object. Search fabric chair. Was that spelt like that? Oh, my typing is terrible. My keyboard's all to one side because I record in a really weird way. Right, there we go. Let's spawn that in. And manage entity database. Stick that chair. I do hope that we can move this chair. Attachment options. Attach to... I guess it doesn't matter what we attach it to because they're both the same thing. So let's just try the Panto. And yes, we can move it. That's great. So let's just move that up there for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the collision on that. And I'm going to get rid of the... In fact, we don't need to get rid of the collision on that. Oh, let's just keep it off. And get rid of the collision on the Panto. And now I'm going to get into the Marshal so we can see where our seating is. I think you can see what I'm doing now. So now I just need to get the Panto. I'm going to move that down. Attachment options, Z. Let's just move that down to the ground right there. I guess it's really hard to see actually because of the view that we got here. I think that's on the ground. Right, but we need to make it move to... This is going to move a little bit weirdly because we're going to be off-center because of the way he's sitting. So move it like that. We go forward a little bit. That's got a little bit of a lag there. And this is going to be a little bit awkward as I have a feeling he's still going to look like he's floating because of the size of the car. But if we go to the chair, attachment options, and let's just turn this all the way up so we can do a quick 180 on this thing. There we go, 180. Let's turn that down. And let's just move it back. So it seats him better. Yeah, it's not. It's just a little bit too low, this car. I think if we knock that down, we will look like we are hovering. Is that sort of attaching? I think that's attached to the car. I think that could work. There we go. We might just have to move it a little bit off like that. In fact, I'm going to do that, the X movement from the Panto, actually. Let's just go to the attachment options, X, and let's just move it like that. So it's just a little bit more centered. There we go. And I think that's everything done. This is the Mr. Bean Panto car. Oh my god. Okay, this is just truly incredible. So we do have some sort of hidden collisions, I assume. Yes, that's definitely going to be a thing that happens. But check this out. We have got a full Mr. Bean style chair on top of car that we can drive. Oh, this is great. This is definitely my favorite car. That's fantastic. I think, though, despite the fact we are using the Panto, I think this would look better with the Rhapsody, so I think I might try that later on. But I'm not going to do that in the video because we've already seen this. It's just going to be the same thing again. Let's just go for the last one now. This is from Villius, and they ask for the Blister Compact and the Vaca. He says, try the Vaca for the front and the Blister for the back. So let's give this one a try. Let's just park that up there. Look at that. That is amazing. Oh my god. That is attached as well. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. There is a bit of a problem with the collisions here because it thinks it's still a big, massive monster truck. But look at that. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think we could actually, if I spent longer, I might even be able to find some like string to tie down and go. Oh, we could do all sorts of things, I guess. But that, as a simple build, works pretty nicely. Right, let's move on to these ones then. Let's go to Object Spooner, spawn entity in, vehicle, and we want to get the Blister Compact and the Vaca. So, is this the Blister Compact or is this just the Blister? I guess that is, what's the difference? Hang on, the Compact is the CRX, isn't it? Yeah, okay, the Blister Compact is the CRX and not that modern one. Okay, so there's that one and the Vaca. What's the Vaca? Okay, it's apparently a supercar. Oh, it's this one. That's called the Vaca, is it? I thought it was the Cheetah. What's the Cheetah then? There's, oh, that's, oh god, I can know. The Cheetah, this was what the Cheetah used to look like in Vice City and stuff. I think that was the Cheetah, which was always the Lamborghini style one. Okay, so we've got to get, what is this? We've got to get the Vaca for the front and Blister for the back. Okay, so let's combine the Blister into this thing then. So let's go to attachment options, attach to Vaca. There, oh god, that's weird. So let's move that down to the ground. Now apparently someone said that you can get rid of the wheels, but I cannot find anything that can get rid of the wheels, so I have no clue. And I think what we're going to have to do with this thing, let's go to menu customers first. We're going to go to Windows and make that black. And then we need to go to paint as well to get that all matching. Hopefully this is just going to be a steel or a silver. Is that it? Silver? I guess that's the color. I guess it's just a silver. It does look slightly different though. In fact, I'm going to make this red and then I'm just going to make the Vaca red instead because that's going to be a lot easier. So there we go. Paint, primary, classic, and oh, it was silver. Oh, there we go. It just looks slightly different. There we go. Red. Looks a bit nicer. Okay, so we want the Blister on the back. That's a really interesting car that we built here. So let's just move that on the back. Now, annoyingly, we have got this width problem with the lights that we can see coming through. But I guess that's not going to be too much of a problem. So could we move that down slightly? I guess that's not going to work. That might... no. No. I thought maybe that would work, but that just looks really weird. So I think actually that could work if we try and line up these things here on the bodywork. Like there. Let's move that forward a little bit, though. And down, maybe. We still got the back on it. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure how these two are going to balance out, really. We could change the pitch up and make the back the more prominent one. So let's just do that to try and match the sort of angle that the car is, because the car has got like a... It's higher at the back. Like the line of the car is higher at the back, so I guess we could do that. And we can move that down. Not convinced. I'm not convinced by what I'm doing here. So let's just try to move this up as much as possible. Although this might just look really weird now. That just looks incredibly weird. Okay, no. I'm not sure how this is going to work. In fact, if I just get a bit less pitch here, there's a little line coming through on this. What is it? Oh, that's the line of that. I see. So maybe we can try and get rid of that line completely. Oh, that's just a really weird angle, I think. I don't think that's going to work. No. I don't know what I'm doing now. It's all going weird. I'm at the point of no return where I'm just making this the strangest looking thing I've ever seen. Let's just try... Oh, dibs. I hadn't thought at the front. Oh, shit. That don't work. Okay, now it's at a more respectable level. Let's just build this up. And we're going to have to move it back a bit more so we don't see the front end. We're going to have to move that back, like, right back to there if we don't want any of that on the front. Let's just check your hands, Michael. Thank you for that. So if we try to move that back any more, whoop, like that, it does look weird on the back. No, I don't think we can get a good balance of these two. But that might just be me being terrible. Some of you said that I'm not very good at this. Some of you have suggested some really weird things to get things to... I'm clearly not that great at this, but I'm just trying to play with some of the ideas that you guys give me, because you never know. And it also might just, like, I don't know, give you guys some ideas to make your own. So I think we might change this up a little bit. And... okay, this isn't going to work, is it? It's not going to work at all. I was thinking of just making this more like the Vaca and less Blister. Because I don't think that back and... No, I think we'll keep the back on it. The back's alright with that thing, even if we have got the weird lights on the side. Just have to worry about the front. Okay, playing around with this, I really can't see how any of this is going to fit at all. That looks kind of weird. That's really weird, actually. Let's just move that down to there. Move that back to there. Yeah. That just looks incredibly weird. I don't think... No, I don't think that's going to work. Let's just go to Object Spooner and get rid of the blisters collision here. And let's just jump in. So the inside's pretty interesting. Look at that. Very close up to each other. But there we go. Look at that. No, I don't think we're going to get a good combination with these two. They are just too weird. Maybe it's just because I'm not very good. But there we go. But I definitely think my favorite car that we've built today has to be this little Panto with the chair on the roof. Definitely amazing. Let's just get out of this and drive that thing, because it is just so incredible. There we go. Up there. Oh, beautiful. Amazing. Well, there we go, guys. That is it for this video. I wouldn't leave any more suggestions for these builds in the comments, or if you do, I'm not going to do any more videos on them, but I might play around with your suggestions, and I might make some more in my spare time, and then I will make a little download thing so you can download some loads of different things. Maybe I'll have... maybe I'll do a combination of some of my own and some of yours, or maybe if I get loads of good ones of yours and some good ones of mine that I've made up, we can make 2-packs. I don't know what I'm going to do here. 2-pack. That's funny. But yeah. Can we fit through there? I don't know what the... Oh, I guess that would actually fit pretty nicely. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing any more builds on this other than the suggestions from the comments in the previous video, which by the time you're watching this may have already been recorded. So I guess any more suggestions from here on in probably won't be done in a video, but it's up to you guys. Maybe you can suggest some ones that other people could try and build. That could be another cool thing. So if you do have any, if you perhaps playing this and you're thinking, what can I build? Look through the comments of this video, look through the comments of the previous video, and the comments that I got this video's ideas from, which was the first custom cars video that I did. You can look back. That's the one that's got the Prius, the yellow Prius combined with the T20 on the thumbnail, if you can try and find that one. So there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you all very much. Oh my god. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.